Well, good afternoon, early afternoon. Thought I'd jump on here. Hey, Mark, how you doing, bud? Thought I'd jump on here and do a little bit of a RobMotive live drive. It's been a while since I've done a live, kind of in the mood today, so I thought, I'm gonna go for a cruise. We're in the Tacoma, and just say, hey, how y'all doing? I've been gone for a while. I've been in Ohio, and I've actually been back a little bit of time. The videos are always done in advance, so it's not like I just got back 2 days ago or whatever. But I am happy to be back. After you're gone for a while, you kind of start to miss your own stuff. Your own trucks. I've been driving around in a Mercedes E320, I think. Hey, Jimmy. And I missed having my trucks. And I'll tell you, there's nothing that makes you appreciate your Tacoma more than not having your Toyota Tacoma. So I'm glad to be back in it. I missed everything about it. The sounds, the elevation, the tech in it. Driving a 19, what was that car? 20 years, 19 years old, whatever it was. There a lot of old tech in that thing. There was no Bluetooth connectivity, none of that stuff. Hey, Brad, how you doing? YK, howdy. Let's see. Trying to see as I drive. I'm on a slow road. Ron, how's it going? It's going good. How you doing there, bud? I am on a slower road. And if I miss any comments, I apologize. I'm kind of trying to see the road as I drive. So don't be offended if I miss anything. But anyway, it is great to be back. Also, the weather. Hey, John, what's up, buddy? The weather in Ohio has just started to turn. I think lows up there are now in the 30s and highs during the day are in the 60s. Brad, any reason to change the pedal commander to sprint booster? I'm glad you mentioned that. I'll get into that in just a minute since so many people have been asking. But anyway, the weather, it's fantastic. It's 84 degrees here now. Just a little bit of humidity, which makes it perfect. Jimmy, I'm doing good. Hey, Terrence, Michael, how you doing? But just a little bit warmer makes it fantastic, and I love the heat anyway. That was one of the big draws for me to move down here to South Texas was for the weather. It's sunny all the time. We hardly ever get rain unless it's a hurricane or something, and of course that's fresh on everybody's mind right now, given Ian in Florida, so that's a bummer. I haven't had anything quite that extreme since we've been here, but we have had a couple of things come through, so let's see. Awesome to see you back to live. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you, Michael. I'll kick in some lives once in a while. I do miss doing them, but honestly, when they were every Monday night, for me, it kind of became routine, and I felt like I had to do it. And that's when it becomes more like a real job, I mean, this is my job, but it's pretty loosey-goosey. And having to be on excuse me, every Monday night. Love your channel, always getting new mod ideas on my 2020 TRD, or maybe it was a 21, I'm sorry, I missed it. The comments disappear, by the way, they don't stay up for long. But that's awesome, I appreciate that. Thanks for watching, I'm glad you're getting ideas. But anyway, it was becoming a bit routine for me, and it's like, I don't want anything to become a routine because then it's more forced for me. And I don't want it to be forced. Like this is not forced. This is me on the spur of the moment deciding to go for a ride and get on the live. Let's talk about throttle boosters. Let's talk about sprint booster and pedal commander. I think people have the wrong idea about what it is that I do anyway. The philosophy in a nutshell of the channel is to try different things, let you guys and myself know how they are, how they go, right? Now, that doesn't mean you get one thing and then you stick with it forever, especially when there's something out there that is more popular. The pedal commander's number one. When you talk throttle controllers, most times the pedal commander is what people are going to mention. So I had to try it for that reason. And secondly, I like to try new things. And since it is number one, I thought, well, gee, what is there about it that makes it number one? I mean, they're not exactly the same thing, but they aim to do the same thing. And that is to control the throttle, to get rid of lag, which the pedal commander does. It's awesome. Has, I think, 36 different settings, something like that. By the way, I might as well say it while I'm on here. If you're interested in it, there is a link down below. Check it out. When you go to that site, you put your email address in, and then you get a discount code. It's going to save you some money. It's a perfect time to try it. Pedal Commander is on my Christmas wish list. You won't regret it. So anyway, there's nothing wrong with the Sprint Booster. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's just, in my opinion, it's a step below, if you will, from a technology and appearance standpoint. It doesn't have Bluetooth connectivity, and I have to say, being able to connect via the Pedal Commander app and have my phone right in front of me where I can just touch what I want to do, it's awesome. I love that. But on the flip side, we do have the Pedal Commander controller, which is a lot more snazzy, if you will. It's a lot more modern looking. You know, it's got all the little settings and things down there, and I love that. I love being able to see everything right in front of me. It's big enough that I don't have to stare at it, you know, which, by the way, you shouldn't be adjusting it while you're driving anyway. And one of the things Pedal Commander states is that you should be stopped when you change settings. I think the reason they do that, and this is from me, not from them, is that you're not hitting the gas. What's the best way to say that? You're not accelerating while you do it, because with any throttle controller, you're not supposed to be on the gas when you change it. And I think that's why. They're kind of protecting themselves a little bit in that they tell you don't do it unless you're sitting still. That way there's no controversy. Don't be moving, which I think is probably a good practice anyway. I mean, why mess with it when you're moving? Do it when you're stopped. At a stop sign, a stoplight, maybe before you take off, whatever. That's the best way to do it. But anyway, the Bluetooth connectivity and the controller are the things that set the Pedal Commander apart from the Sprint Booster. The Sprint Booster has that little wee controller, which frankly, you really have to fixate on to be able to use it. Not so much with the Pedal Commander. It's right in front of you. And as I mentioned, it looks awesome. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into a Pedal Commander ad. You guys asked, so that's why I brought it up. Now, let's talk about something else while we're talking about controlling your Tacoma or any vehicle. And one last thing I'll say about the Pedal Commander, it's available for many different vehicles. If you have throttle lag, you've got to get it. And if you have a Toyota Tacoma, there's no question you've got to get it. Why are you driving that Tacoma around with throttle lag? The truck is so constricted by that, it makes it not fun to drive. Not with the Pedal Commander. Now, tunes. I saw somebody and it just popped up, and again, I apologize. The comments come and go so quickly that I can't read them all when I'm driving, or read maybe all of them when I'm driving, because I have to concentrate on the road. But somebody mentioned a tune. You know, I am not a big fan of tunes. I always say when people bring it up that tunes are for the track. And they really are, because tunes are to go in and adjust everything to the nth degree. You know, adjust this, adjust that, change this, change that. And that's the problem with tunes. You're messing with your truck's brain, you know, and I don't want to do that. I'm not a Toyota tech. I'm not a software guru. So I don't want to get in and be checking boxes and messing with stuff, you know. I love the Pedal Commander. The whole theory behind that is it's plug and play. You just plug it in down there, right above your accelerator, and that's it. That's all you do. It does the rest, and it only gets rid of throttle lag. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm not looking to go in and mess with my truck's brain. I mean, imagine if you screw that up. Then what are you going to do? Go spend $1,000, $2,000, I don't know, at the dealership while they reprogram your truck? And if you have somebody else do it, you know, somebody left a comment, I think it was today or yesterday, about doing it myself. And it's like, well, first of all, you have to have the equipment to do it. Now, I don't know, I have a laptop, so it's not like I'd have to buy one. But if you don't, you have to buy a laptop, you got to buy the software, you got to figure out how to use the software. Who wants to do that? So you're going to go to a tuner somewhere. Now, how reliable are they? Are they somebody who just decided one day they were going to try to pick this up and they've done a handful and they're not that good at it? Who knows? And what if they are that good at it? That's great. That's what you hope. But what if you want to change something? You know, until you drive the truck for a while after you get that tune, you're not going to know exactly what it's going to be like. You might want a change. So now what are you going to do? Hope that you can get a hold of that tuner. Hope that they'll adjust it for you on the fly and meet you somewhere or something. Because a lot of the tuning guys that I've seen, they want to have events. They want to go meet at a parking lot somewhere, charge $200, $300, $400 per truck, do 4 or 5 of them, and make a couple grand. Nothing wrong with that. More power to them. I think that's great. But are you going to get them to meet with you one-on-one to fix your truck? And 2, are they going to charge you for it? I mean, you already paid for it once, right? So are they going to charge you to correct it and make it right? I don't know. Maybe. Somebody asked, where am I going? Well, crazy. No, I'm out just driving around. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm really out just cruising around, enjoying the day, enjoying the truck, and talking to you guys. That's what I'm doing. So listen to that exhaust. I have found a good match for me. Hey, Rob, I just put a deposit on a Tacoma SR5 magnetic gray. Awesome. You're going with a fantastic color. You're going to love it. And speaking of buying Tacomas, you know, I was looking online last night because for some reason I do that. And I saw my local dealer, man, they showed like, I think it was 13 in stock. They say in stock. Now, I'm assuming that means, excuse me, I'm assuming that means that they're on the lot. Who knows? And if that's the case, that is a marked improvement over what has been available most recently because you can't find them anywhere. Congrats, Kyle. There you go. So maybe the supply is improving. I don't know. If you have to put a deposit down and wait on one, I wouldn't say the supply is improving, but maybe you're able to put your hands on one easier. That's okay. By the way, what kind of lead time did they give you for that truck? I'm guessing it's probably one that you're taking out of allocation to the dealer and that it's not going to be that long. But somebody had told me recently they were building one and the lead time for that was going to be about, I think they said 8 or 9 months. What a bummer, man. I don't think I could wait that long. You know, one, if I needed a truck, 8 or 9 months, that's a long time. I'd probably have to go with something else. And 2, I'm not that patient. I'm not going to wait 8 or 9 months for a new truck, you know? I mean, I think I waited 5, almost 6 months or right about there for my 2020 manual. And that's because it was a manual. And that was excruciatingly painful for me. And I even still had a Tacoma. I had the Barcelona Red, I believe, at that time. Which, by the way, I miss both of those trucks. The Voodoo Blue, which is the #1 best color, and the Barcelona Red. Another striking color that when it's clean, it looks really good. And I do miss having those just because they did look so good. And honestly, I'll tell you, one thing I was doing, I hate to admit it, but while I was on the dealer's site last night, this is about 10 o'clock at night, I was actually thinking maybe I should trade in mine and get a 2023 right before, hopefully, the redesigned 2024 comes out. See, that's kind of how I was justifying it to myself. I'm not going to do that. It makes absolutely no sense because if I did get another one, it would be an SR5. So the only reason I would be doing it would be to get a different color. That doesn't make much sense. So no, I'm not going to do it. But if I'm being honest, it crossed my mind. Now, before I sign off here, because I'm going to do that in a minute, we do have we have a very substantial mod coming for the Tacoma, for me anyway. I actually made a video about it today, so I'm not going to give it away, but it is actually on order. It's not something I'm just thinking about. It's on order. It's coming. I'm told it's supposed to be here by October 10th, 7th, something like that. I forget. So it should be coming. Let's see. Should be here, end of the month, in transit now. That's awesome. And if that's the case, and it's actually in transit, I mean, physically moving, I would expect you'll have it probably within the next couple weeks, something like that. That wouldn't surprise me. So get ready. You're going to have it. By the way, are you trading something in for it, or are you just buying it outright? Excuse me. Again, I have allergies or a cold or something. But ever since I got back here, it's been sneezing and itchy throat. I don't know. Who knows? Just put the grab handle on in 20 minutes. Tack weld the nut. Oh boy, tack welding. If you're a welder, then I guess that'd be okay. But I'm not a welder, so you're already well beyond something I would do. And should you really have to do that? I don't think so. It's a good solution. It'll keep the nut where you want it to be. But, and speaking of the grab handle, I do have it. It's right over there. Is it worth it? It's worth it to me. I mean, I like it. I like being able to grab onto that thing when I get in and out of the truck, whatever. Somebody even told me they use it to wash their windows. So I'm guessing they kind of hang from it while they're reaching across to do the windows. I think it's worth it. Could it be better? The application or the installation absolutely could be better. I mean, it is very tedious, I guess. Trying to line that screw up so that it's in there just right, that's a pain. Tape wouldn't stick. Yeah, I had that problem too. The tape didn't want to stick. I don't know if there's some kind of greasiness in there. Maybe it's because, there went a Tacoma. Maybe there's some kind of oil or something inside there. I don't know. I couldn't get it to stick well either. It stuck well enough so I could get it in, obviously, but it was kind of a pain to get that thing in there. Tack welding, hey, more power to you, man. If you have the equipment and the knowledge to do that, that'd be good. Can you scroll up to my question? Thanks, love the channel. I'm driving. I really can't. You can try to ask it again. I'll try to read it, but no, I can't scroll through comments and stuff while I'm driving around. A lot of people would argue it's probably not very safe as it is, right? So anyway, yeah, it's worth it to me, even though it's a hassle to put on. Obviously, people do it. It can be done. It just takes time. Version 2 has a riv nut. Yeah, I've been told that. I've also been told it's just as cumbersome to put on. So, I don't know, man. Already sold my Silverado a couple of months back. First time Toyota buyer. Cool. Well, you should be very happy. Toyotas are awesome. I mean, I've never had any problems, I don't believe, with any of them from a mechanical standpoint. They always run great. They're reliable. You're never going to go out to get in it one day and it won't start or something doesn't work or all of those painful things that it seems a lot of the domestics have. So you should be pretty happy with it, I would think. Although you're going from I think, was that a full size you said, to a mid-size. So there's obviously going to be a bit of a difference there in functionality and capability when you go to the mid-size versus the full-size. Biggest thing I think you'll notice, and it's the positive, is the gas mileage should be better. You're going to have an easier time driving it around in tighter spaces. You know, if you go to the Walmarts or the grocery stores or whatever, you're going to be able to fit a little bit better. Maybe you won't have to worry about it as much from the standpoint of people decorating it for you while you're inside. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here, kind of talk about what's going on a little bit right now, bring you guys with me, go for a little bit of a cruise, and that's what we've done. I will do more lives, more pop-up kind of lives here or there, so make sure that you have the notification bell checked so that when I come on, you know, if you're interested in being a part of the lives, that you know what happens. And don't forget, leave a thumbs up if you like this. I had 24 people on right now, only 6 people like it, so I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do anymore. I don't know, but hit that thumbs up button if you would. It helps out the channel. Also, real quick, I gotta state, I do have 2 other channels, RobMotive JT, which is all about the Jeep Gladiator, and RobMotive Rides, currently about my new Mercedes, new to me. Check them out. Please consider subscribing if you would. I would appreciate it. Again, that helps the channel out as well. Have a safe, good day out there, everybody, and thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time on the web. Bye.